Okay, hi everyone, I'm back with another video. This time is part 2 of my Burson Audio Fun review. This time I had the opportunity to try different op amps. As you may have recalled from my first part, which I'll link up here, there were two different types of op amps that can be used in the Burson Audio products. There's a dual op amp version and a single op amp version. Unfortunately, I requested the dual op amp option, and that is not compatible with the Fun, so it ended up blowing these out. The way you can tell that it's the dual version is you can see on their card here, they indicate D for dual, or if it was here, S for single. So this dual version basically has two op amp circuits within the discrete op amps. So each of these will have two circuits in it to amplify the signal. That is the incorrect version of op amps to use. And instead, Burson sent me their second version, which is their single op amp, which only has one amplifying section in it. So these ones, they appear a little bit different. When you insert them into the amp, the logo is in a different orientation, as well as these op amps saying single on the logo there. So to install this, I'll basically show you guys again. Once the cover is taken off of the Fun, there are two op amps here. These op amps can be replaced with other ones. So as you can see on the op amp itself, there's a little dot that indicates where the pins are, or where the reference pins are. So you can just remove those op amps and you're left with the sockets, and the sockets have this little indentation in them that indicates where the pins are supposed to be located on the op amp. So if I take out the V6 Vivid op amp, which is the one that I have here, there's also the V6 Classic op amp that Burson Audio offers. So once they send you the op amp, it actually comes pre-installed on this socket, which you can just remove. And then on the op amp, there's a little groove here. So the groove on the circuit corresponds to the groove on the op amp, and you just kind of just slide it in like that. Same thing for the other side. Just take it out of the socket, locate the groove on the op amp, locate the groove on the corresponding socket, and just insert it. And just like that, you have the op amps installed. When you install these, the logo should be on the side, like so. This is kind of a reference for how the V6 Classic and the V6 Vivid op amps will be installed on the Burson Fun. Talking about the sound quality between the stock op amp and the V6 Vivid that I have here, the differences were actually pretty significant for me. I wasn't expecting much in terms of the sound, since I didn't believe that op amps could change the sound very much, but upon doing so with the Burson Fun, I was able to hear a difference. So before, I had mentioned that the bass of the stock Fun configuration sounded a little bit more towards the mid bass. With the V6 Vivids installed, it actually extended the bass response to a lower frequency, so it made the sound more accurate, similar to how I'm used to hearing music through the RME ADI2 DAC. Similarly, on the treble side, I had mentioned that the stock configuration had kind of a grainy treble. With the V6 Vivid, the treble was smoothed out, so it sounded a lot cleaner, in my opinion, as well as making it just overall more dynamic between the bass and the treble, and was actually more aligned to what I'm used to hearing with the RME ADI2 DAC. So that made the overall frequency response a little more accurate to me, and so that was kind of the big difference for me in terms of the sound quality between the two op amps, was that the frequency response was overall widened, so it sounds more dynamic. In terms of the instrument separation, actually I found the stock op amps to sound more separated than the V6 Vivid. So when you're listening to different instruments in the mix, the sounds were more clear from one another on the stock op amps compared to the V6 Vivid. However, in terms of imaging, I thought the V6 Vivid was a better contender in terms of three-dimensional sound compared to the stock op amps, where it sounds more flat. And then when you're switching between the stock op amps and even just the RME ADI2 DAC, it sounds even flatter. So regardless of whether or not you have the stock op amps or the V6 Vivid or possibly other op amps, the sound can be improved from that change, which is pretty cool. If I had the opportunity to try other op amps, I would. There's an op amp called Spark. I'll link that in the description below. A lot of other reviewers have recommended that one as a more reference sound. But just trying Burson's own V6 Vivid, I thought it was a pretty substantial improvement over the stock configuration. So that was pretty exciting for me. And just as a disclaimer, I did burn these in with pink noise for about 250 hours. So my impressions between out of the box and after burn-in were pretty similar overall. So I don't believe the burn-in process for the V6 Vivid did very much, but there's always that to mention. Also, I just want to thank Burson again for letting me try these out. This whole experience with the Fun has been pretty fun. Just listening to a different type of amplifier that I'm used to. I'm more used to hearing DAC amp combos as opposed to a standalone amp, as well as being able to swap out the op amps and try a different one just to see if it affects the sound. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment below. If you want to see more reviews in the future, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I do have a bunch of things lined up for review. So as I get more time nowadays with the whole COVID-19 situation, I'm able to process more videos and upload them more regularly now than before. So be sure to subscribe, leave a like if you like this review, and hit the bell icon if you want to be informed right away for when a new video gets uploaded. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.